Hello and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what is happening in and around the country in the field of science, technology, research and innovation to change the S&T landscape of the country and impact your life. I am Aishwarya Kapoor with you. From the announcement of new initiatives to increase the participation of women in science to an innovative solution for efficient removal of toxic micropollutants from water, we have plenty in store for you. But first, let's begin with the headlines. 3 new initiatives launched under the DST Wise Kiran program to mark International Women's Day. A compendium of 75 success stories of Indian women scientists, also launched by the Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. Indian researchers design and demonstrate a new strategy for developing drug molecules. The interdisciplinary research led by IIT Delhi will help develop precision medicine against various diseases. Researchers at IISER Bhopal develop porous organic polymers for efficient and fast removal of toxic micropollutants from water. The study is funded by DST's Water Innovation Center for Sutram of Easy Water. And National Immunization Day on March 16th will emphasize once again the usefulness of timely vaccination. The day has become more relevant given the vaccination campaign against the COVID-19. And now the news in detail. On March 8th, the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India organized an event to celebrate women empowerment through science and technology to mark International Women's Day. On this occasion, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh announced 3 new initiatives under the Wise Kiran program of the DST, besides releasing various films and publications related to women scientists and their success stories. For more details, let us see our report.
Any nation can set a goal of becoming a strong and self-reliant economy only when half of its population, that is, women, are also empowered. A country wanting to progress must ensure equal participation of women in every field. The contribution of women, especially in science, technology and innovation, has the potential to become the basis of nation building. And this is where women empowerment schemes like Wise Kiran of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India come in. To celebrate women empowerment through science and technology, the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India organized a program in New Delhi on the International Women's Day. To mark the occasion, DST announced several new initiatives for women and also launched the Women Empowerment Atlas of India.
We all know that sports personnel, as they get age, they lose the power of playing a game. But in science, as we age, we do better. So we wanted to have women, even at the age of 60, 65, 70, they should come and work with the DST lab. So these are some new initiatives which we are conceiving now. Also to motivate young colleagues, many fellowships, awards, recognition, grants are being created.
The programs being run under the DST's Wise Kiran initiative provide different opportunities to women scientists who get left out of the science and technology activities due to gender-specific reasons. Celebrating International Women's Day in the 75th year of independence, a compendium was also released on 75 success stories of Indian women scientists who have benefited under the women-centric programs of the DST.
After marriage, I tried to cope up with career, but somehow it was not manageable. Since I know our Indian culture and how they respond to bahus and all. But after 12 years, I somehow completed my PhD within that meantime. Right now, because of this WAS-C scheme, I got subjected to a very bright opportunity where I am earning my self-confidence and at the same time money as well. And this is the reality of life. If you are earning money, you also get a say in every matter either your family or your society.
2 years मेरे करियर में ब्रेक आ गया था. After that I have joined, after clearing NET I have joined NPL, CSIR NPL in some project, and after 1 year it has been completed. But later on I have nothing. मेरे पास कुछ नहीं था कि मतलब कोई फेलोशिप या कुछ भी, तो मेरे को बहुत टेंशन था कि मैं कैसे अपना करियर परस्यू करूँ. In 2020 I got this fellowship, Women Scientist A in DST program, and उसके बाद तो मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा चल रहा है, और पेपर्स, अपना रिसर्च एंड बहुत ज़्यादा मोटिवेशन मिला, एंड इट्स रियली वेरी गुड स्कीम.
Considering the success of Wise Kiran and understanding the need of the hour, DST has added 3 new initiatives under the scheme. The first program, Industrial Research Fellowship for Women, will provide 6 months industrial internship to young women submitting their PhD thesis, and a 3-year Industrial Fellowship for Women Scientists with PhD or equivalent degree. The second program is the Senior Women Scientists Fellowship Program, which will provide opportunities to senior women scientists in the age group of 45 to 60 years who have completed at least 2 independent research projects with an excellent track record and do not have regular employment due to any circumstances. The third program is the Overseas Fellowship for Women, which will provide research scholars and young women scientists of the country an opportunity to upgrade their skills abroad.
On the one hand, if you see statistically, your 70% population is below 40. But if you see the actual numbers, your actual number of plus 60 is much, much more. It's 10 times higher than what it was at the time of independence. As a result of which, I am dealing with DOPT and the other departments also. The number of pensioners in the government today far exceeds the number of serving employees. So then how best to use their talent? And they are retiring at the prime of their age. So that is why we have decided in this department to enhance the age for best paper up to 60.
While such schemes encourage and enable women in the field of science, the Department of Science and Technology is also working on empowering the common women of the society through several scientific interventions. This will help women become a strong pillar of a self-reliant India.
Researchers from the Indian Institute of Technology, New Delhi, have devised a new strategy for developing drug molecules with the support of the Department of Science and Technology, DBT and CSIR. This strategy could help develop drugs for many diseases, including Japanese encephalitis and Alzheimer's. To know more about this development, let us see our report.
Developing precision medicines against various diseases has been a challenge for medical science. Drugs are primarily organic molecules that interact with macromolecules present in the human body to generate the desired effect. These macromolecules are either proteins or nucleic acids. Computer-aided rational drug discovery is currently utilized to find target molecules for a particular protein target. Still, this takes a considerable amount of time. Now, a research team from the Department of Chemistry, IIT Delhi, in collaboration with experts from the Translational Health Science and Technology Institute and Kusuma School of Biological Sciences of IIT Delhi, has designed and demonstrated a new strategy for developing potential drug molecules for treating various diseases. This research is supported under the schemes of Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology and the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research of the Government of India.
We have made a design strategy for making drug molecules. So the strategy is based on making different shapes of molecules. So these molecules can help in designing drug molecules for various diseases actually. It is a limitless design. So this is a new strategy, and not only for drug design, for studying the protein folding phenomena process. So for that also it will be useful.
The molecules present in the human body have different shapes, and designing and synthesizing molecules with diverse shapes is an art in itself. For this, the researchers adopted the approach of mimicking the macromolecular interface by uniquely shaped small molecules. They used tools from organic chemistry and biophysics to design molecules that target protein interface. A universal privileged scaffold approach was developed for the design of a variety of inhibitors. The universal scaffold could be converted to specific inhibitor for a given protein-protein interaction, which makes the drug design approach relatively easier. The use of this new strategy could facilitate the development of potential drugs against the Japanese encephalitis virus and protein aggregation diseases such as Alzheimer's.
So these molecules are small molecules, and it is very rigid and very specific shape. So these molecules can bind to protein targets, and you can tune the molecules by changing the chemical entities and then make it more specific to the protein target. So it can alter the process, in a abnormal cases, for example in the case of Alzheimer's disease where the protein aggregation happens. So these molecules can interact with the monomer protein molecule and then stop the aggregation. And we also use this method for targeting Japanese encephalitis virus.
The researchers have also patented the Japanese encephalitis virus inhibitor drug molecule. According to the researchers, the new drug designing strategy demonstrated by them could also be adopted to treat retroviral infections.
Under the Department of Science and Technology's Water IC for Sutram of Easy Water initiative, researchers from IISER Bhopal have developed a new material for water purification. This material can absorb and remove toxic micropollutants from water efficiently and cost-effectively in real time. Let us see a report to get more details on this technology.
Over the past few decades, increased industrial development and uncontrolled expansion of industries have contributed towards increasing the water crisis in our country. The chemicals from these industries and the waste generated by a large population have badly polluted our water bodies. Many a time, these pollutants are so microscopic and soluble that it is difficult to separate them from water. This creates an acute shortage of potable water across the country. The Chemistry Department of the Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, Bhopal, has developed an innovative solution in view of this crisis. IISER researchers have developed scalable hyper-cross-linked porous organic polymers, or HPOPs, as part of a study funded by the Water IC for Sutram of Easy Water initiative of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. This material is capable of absorbing and cleaning a variety of toxic pollutants in real time within 30 seconds to 1 minute. The results of this research have been published in the journal ACS, Applied Materials and Interfaces.
We are particularly focusing on certain techniques or developing materials so that we can make this process little bit faster and facile, and it can be easily affordable. So one of the technique is the adsorption. We prepared some sort of porous organic polymers, more specifically hyper-cross-linked porous organic polymer. So these nanoporous polymers, when we mixed with this kind of contaminated water, it can separate a range of micropollutants, including pesticides, herbicides, microplastics, in a very short period of time.
During their 3-year study, researchers from the department, who have been working on porous organic polymers for a long time, developed nanostructured HPOPs from 3 types of chemicals and catalysts employing a simple synthetic protocol. These HPOPs contain numerous nanopores covering a large surface area. For example, just 10 grams of this material, when spread on flat ground, can cover an area of 1 to 2,000 square meters.
We synthesize this polymer using a very basic organic chemistry knowledge, that is Friedel-Crafts chemistry. So here I am taking 3 chemicals. One is my aromatic monomer trypticin, second one is the solvent DCM, which is very easily available, and the catalyst aluminum chloride, which is very cheap in cost, like 1 gram of the catalyst is 1 rupees in price. So these 3 chemicals I mix it in a sealed sling tube, and in laboratory scale we are doing this reaction around 200 to 300 milligrams, and then we are getting around 400 milligrams of my polymers, so which we can scale it up with some modifications.
This completely indigenous solution can effectively purify water over a large area at very low cost. Under the same DST project, IISER Bhopal is now working towards starting field trials of the material in collaboration with IIT Madras.
Currently, we are also trying to expand this work so that we can go for from lab scale to some field scale study and further applications. So for that, we are collaborating with researchers in Department of Chemistry and Chemical Engineering in IIT Chennai under that Sutram project framework, and trying to manifest this work in a larger scale.
The HPOPs come in 2 morphologies: spherical nanoparticles and 2-dimensional nanosheets. And according to researchers, the 2D nanosheets show great promise for large-scale applications. After success at the field level, it is hoped that this research will prove helpful in reducing India's problem of pure drinking water availability to a great extent.
National Immunization Day is celebrated every year on March 16th to spread awareness about the usefulness of vaccination. The relevance of the day is more so this year, with the country having attained its vaccination target against the coronavirus infection in record time. Here is a report on National Immunization Day.
The coronavirus pandemic has once again highlighted the usefulness and importance of timely vaccination. The last 2 years saw vaccines being developed in record time across the world, with most countries, including India, working on war footing to protect their citizens against the deadly virus using vaccines. India saw the world's largest vaccination campaign being executed with the speed and precision that is necessary to fight the virus. So far, more than 180 crore vaccine doses have been administered in the country, which is a record in itself. This vaccination campaign has helped eliminate the side effects of the coronavirus infection to a great extent. Under the Pulse Polio campaign, the first oral dose of the polio vaccine was given on the 16th of March 1995 to support the worldwide campaign against the viral disease and to protect the children of the country. Under the campaign, children below 5 years of age were administered polio doses. The success of the Pulse Polio campaign is such that India has not seen a polio case after 13th of January 2011. The World Health Organization declared India a polio-free nation in 2014. To continue the efforts to protect public health, March 16th is celebrated as a National Immunization Day. Under the country's immunization program, vaccination campaigns are being conducted for many other infectious and deadly diseases, including smallpox, measles, tetanus, diarrhea. It also includes the vaccination of women as they embark on the journey of motherhood. These campaigns have helped control the spread of some viral and deadly diseases to a large extent. Vaccination is a process through which a person's immune system is strengthened against an external agent, such as a virus or bacteria that can harm the human body. Vaccines train the body's immune system to produce antibodies against a particular disease. This in turn helps the body to weaken or kill the invading germs and nullifies their deadly effects. National Immunization Day ensures that this scientific interference is accessible to the general public to help them make informed decisions about vaccinations. This also gives people an opportunity to be associated with vaccination campaigns and to protect the health of every citizen in the country.
And now let's have a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our segment Science Express.
India and Finland have drawn up a detailed plan to set up the Indo-Finnish Virtual Network Centre on quantum computing. A delegation led by the Ambassador of Finland met Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Government of India, recently in this regard. India has already identified 3 premier institutes, IIT Madras, IISER Pune and CDAC Pune, that will work in collaboration with equivalent Finnish institutions for the Virtual Network Centre. The meeting also reviewed the progress of bilateral cooperation in areas such as 5G, artificial intelligence and sustainability. Dr. Jitendra Singh said bilateral science, technology and innovation cooperation between the two countries is an attempt to encourage innovative R&D projects with an aim to benefit both countries as per their current challenges and future needs. Under the National Supercomputing Mission, a peta-scale supercomputer, Param Ganga, was established at IIT Roorkee recently. The National Supercomputing Mission is being jointly operated by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and the Department of Science and Technology DST and is being implemented by the Centre for Development of Advanced Computing CDAC and the Indian Institute of Science IISc. The 4 major pillars of this mission are infrastructure, applications, R&D and human resource development and have been working efficiently to develop an indigenous supercomputing ecosystem. So far, 11 systems have been deployed across India, including at the Indian Institute of Science, IITs, IISER Pune, JNCASR, Nabi Mohali, under Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the mission. CDAC is building an indigenous supercomputing ecosystem for the country in a phased manner. It has designed and developed the computer server Rudra and the high-speed interconnect Trinetra, which are the major sub-assemblies required for supercomputers. Scientists have discovered the science behind the jets of plasma occurring throughout the Sun's chromosphere. This plasma is the 4th state of matter, consisting of electrically charged particles that occur everywhere in the Sun's chromosphere. The chromosphere is the layer just above the visible surface of the Sun. These jets appear to rise continuously above the surface as thin grass-like plasma formations and are then brought down by gravity. A team of interdisciplinary researchers from India and England, led by astronomers from the Indian Institute of Astrophysics, Department of Science and Technology, has explained the origin of the Sun's jets. They found using vibrations on an audio speaker that the surface of paint-like fluids will result in unbroken jets when excited on a speaker, with almost the same physics as solar plasma jets, since its long polymer chains give it directionality. Until now, it was believed that the physics behind short spicules is different from that of longer and faster spicules. The study challenges this widespread belief to show that solar convection can create all kinds of jets by itself, short as well as tall. India's first indigenous flying trainer aircraft, Hansa NG, which has been designed and developed by CSIR, National Aerospace Laboratories, has successfully completed sea-level trials at Puducherry from the 19th of February to the 5th of March. The aircraft was flown on February 19, 2022 for Puducherry, covering a distance of 140 knots in 1.5 hours at a speed of 155 km per hour. The Hansa NG met all the objectives at the sea-level tests. Hansa NG is one of the most advanced flying trainer aircraft powered by Rotax digital control engine with unique features like just-in-time pre-preg, jib reg. composite lightweight airframe, glass cockpit, bubble canopy with wide panoramic view, and electrically operated flaps. This CSIR NAL aircraft is expected to meet the requirements of the Indian flying clubs. It is an ideal aircraft for commercial pilot licensing (CPL) due to its low cost and low fuel consumption. NAL has already received more than 80 letters of intent from various flying clubs.
That is all in today's edition of Science Monitor. Keep sending your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is indiascience@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write in to us at Vigyan Prasar, A50, Sector 62, Noida 201309, Uttar Pradesh. So we will take your leave now. See you again next week. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically. Bye for now.